Hello guys, welcome to Master Coding Prep. In this video, we are going to learn the top interview questions in JavaScript that you should know. By the end of the video, you will definitely master these questions. Please watch the video until the end, as I have explained everything with examples. Coming to the first question, what is this keyword in JavaScript? This refers to the object that is currently executing the function. Its value can vary depending on how the function is called. Now we will see an example. I will open Visual Studio Code and I have index.js file already. First I will run console.log this. Here in browser the global this refers to the window object, so the output is window. Now we will see another example inside a normal function. Here I am declaring an object variable named student inside that with name Raju. And here greet is a regular function. Now when we call student, greet of the object student becomes the owner of the function, therefore this dot name is Raju. So the output will be hello, I am Raju. Now another example using arrow function, adding a object variable named emp where emp designation is developer. When I console.log this designation, I will get the output is undefined because arrow functions don't have their own this, instead they inherit this from surrounding scope we call lexical scope. In this case the surrounding scope is global context where this is window object. So we will get the output is undefined. You should remember that. In normal function this refers to the object that called it. In arrow function this refers to the outer scope. Have you ever struggled with callbacks in JavaScript? Today we'll learn how promises solve that problem. Promise is an object that may produce a single value sometime in the future with either a resolved value or reject value with reason why it's not resolved. Now we will see an example on promise. Here my promise equal to new promise of takes function with two parameters. First one is resolve, calls this if task is success, and reject, call this if task fails. Here in our code I have given success equal to true, so we will get the output is you are selected, that is resolved value of we give false, it will throw error with reject value. And uses of promises are used to handle asynchronous tasks like fetching data from APIs. They prevent callback hell using .then and .catch. Here our resolved value is congratulations, you are selected, so we will get the resolved value as we have declared success is true. Now we will see the event loop in JavaScript. The event loop is a mechanism that handles the execution of multiple tasks, including the call stack, callback queue, and microtask queue, ensuring asynchronous operations execute in order. Now we will see an example how the event loop run. First, A goes on call stack, first prints immediately. Then we hit set timeout, but its callback goes to the macrotask queue. Next, the promises, then callback goes to the microtask queue. After that, D prints right away. Now the call stack is empty. The event loop first checks the microtask queue, so C runs before the set timeout, because microtasks always have higher priority than macrotasks. So console.log of C will run before the setTimeout callback. Finally, the event loop takes the callback from the macrotask queue and prints B. So the output is A, D, C, B. Now we will see difference between deep copy and shallow copy. First we will talk about shallow copy. In shallow copy of an object the main properties are copied but any nested objects or arrays are still linked to the original. Now we will see an example of shallow copy. Here in our obj1 has property skills which is an array, right? When we apply spread operator to obj1, here the spread operator copies only the top level properties. Here name is string that are copied by value. And skill is array copied by reference, not by value. So object1 skills and object2 skills point to the same array in memory. So the array items is both object 1 and object 2 are same, they won't change. Now we will see what is deep copy. With deep copy, every part of the object including all nested objects or arrays is fully copied, ensuring modifications to the copy that does not affect the original. Now we will solve an example problem on deep copy. We'll see how it works. JSON.parse of JSON.stringify of converts object 1 into JSON string and then back into a new object. So now the object 3 is independent array, not the same reference. So in our output, MongoDB is not affected the object 1, it was only added in object 3. To understand more clear, I will give you an example first. In case of shallow copy, think there are two different people, let object 1 and object 2 sharing same notebook. If second person writes Node.js in notebook, the person 1 can also sees that because sharing same notebook. But in case of deep copy, they are having their own notebook, so if second person writes MongoDB, then person 1's notebook remains unchanged. Person 1 can't see because they are sharing different notebooks. I hope you understand. Coming to the next question, difference between promise and async await. We already know that promise represents a task that will complete in the future with success or failure. Now if we are changing multiple then calls in our project, the code can be messy and not cleaner. To overcome this problem, we use async await, which handles asynchronous tasks better than nested callbacks. So in simple, async await is nothing but a syntactic sugar built on top of promise. It makes asynchronous code to look synchronous and cleaner. We will say an example using .then and try catch block. We already know how .then works. Previously we have seen an example on this. Here I am changing just the resolve value to data fetched successfully. We will get this as our output. And I will show you an example how to write try catch block. We will not fetch any data now. I will tell how to write the try catch block. Now we will see an example how to write async await. We will not fetch any data, so we will get error saying fetch data is not defined. In next video I will explain how to fetch data API. Okay, let's see the example. Here await fetch data of waits until the fetch data resolves, and also await pauses the execution until the promise resolves or rejects. Try catch handles errors in clear way and thus are easier to write. That's all about this video. Thank you everyone. Please subscribe and like the video. In next video I will explain how to fetch data from an API like fake products in our project. This will be going to be an interesting video. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe friends. See you in next video.